Are you undecided whether you should buy a new construction home or an existing home? Finding the right home to purchase today is one of the biggest challenges for potential homebuyers. With so few homes for sale and construction of newly built homes are gearing up, you might be wondering if you should be considering new construction in your search process. I have both pros and cons for each type of home, so let's talk about it starting right now. So let's talk about existing homes versus new built homes. It's a great question to ask and one to look at from the pros and the cons point of view, and what it means to buy a new home versus an existing one. Here are a few things to consider when making the best decision for you and or your family. So let's start with our discussion of which type of home to buy with new construction homes. Let's start with the pros. Pro number one is that when buying a new construction home, you are often choosing more energy efficient options. You can choose from new appliances, new windows, a new roof, etc., etc., etc. These can all help lower your energy costs, which can add up to a significant savings over time. With green programs like Energy Star, your home will also help protect the environment and reduce your carbon footprint. So we don't all have to drive Priuses and eat vegan, as maybe your home does the work for you. Pro number two is the lower maintenance that comes with a newer home. It's a great benefit. When you have a new home, you likely won't have as many little repairs to tackle, like leaky faucets, shutters to paint, and other odd jobs that can go on around the house. You're going to get more me time so you can spend with friends and family. With new construction, you'll also have warranty options that may cover portions of your investment for the first few years. Another solid benefit and pro is that with new construction comes customization. Do you want a mudroom, stainless steel appliances, granite countertops, hardwood floors, an office, a gaming room, or maybe you need a multi-purpose room to homeschool your children in? These items can be customized to your specific needs during the design phase. With an existing home, you're buying something that's already completed. So if you want to make changes, you may need to hire a contractor to help your home get ready for your family. Now, here is where of the greatest cons to purchasing new construction is. The price. When you walk through a new construction model home, you're often seeing a home with many upgrades. All new construction homes start at a base price. And let me say that practically no one buys the home at the base model price. It's kind of like buying a car today with windows that you need to hand crank and no air conditioning. The other con is that generally new construction homes, and I can really only speak in the San Francisco East Bay, that they're more expensive than existing homes. I think I read somewhere that they're about 120% of the price of existing homes for something similar. Now, let's jump over to existing or used or pre-lived in homes. You get my drift. So let's start with the pros. Pro number one, when buying an existing home, you can negotiate with the current homeowner on the price, which is something you generally don't get to do with the builder. Builders know their material and their construction costs, and they have a price set for the model that you're buying. So if you want to negotiate on the price of your home, then maybe it's best to look at an existing home. Pro number two, for many families, having an established neighborhood is important. Some buyers like to know their neighbors. They want to look at the neighborhood and they want to see if it's family friendly. They want to know the neighbors and if it's going to be a safe place to live. If the street is heavily traveled, they want to know that too, and they want to know before they make a commitment. When you buy a new construction home, you won't have a full view of some of the details until all the lots around you are sold and the neighborhood is fully developed. Pro number 3, timing comes into play. With an existing home, you can move in based on the timeline you agree to with the sellers. That could be right after escrow closing or the agreed upon time if maybe they needed rent back. With new construction, you're going to need to wait for the house to be built, and that timeline is always a little fluid. Now let's jump to the cons. Existing homes generally need more maintenance closer to the time that you purchase them. Can you imagine buying a home and then just 1 year later needing to buy a new water heater? It's not that the new water heater broke because it was anybody's fault. Maybe it was just an older water heater and it needed to be done. It's a maintenance item. In a new home, you wouldn't need to address this for at least 10 years. Another con is that maybe you just have it in your mind that you want a new home. Why? Well, no one has lived in it. No one has walked across the carpet with bare feet or used the toilet or spilled their Cheerios in the kitchen cabinets. If this is you, then nothing or very few homes you'll look at in existing builds will measure up. I will be the first one to say that I love touring new model homes. It's like test driving a new car with that new car smell and then test driving a used car. That used car can be serviced, a new transmission put in, a new engine, it's detailed inside, and it's certified to be in great condition. But there's something about that new car smell, am I right? Depending upon the time of year you're buying and the region that you're in, the weather can also be a huge factor for your time frame. Rain, snow, cold temperatures, or super hot temperatures can always affect home finishing times. This is something that's really important to keep in mind, especially if you need to move sooner than later. Over the past few months and with COVID-19 and social distancing regulations, some areas for new construction have been delayed. If you anticipate selling your home and close your home, but your new home isn't ready, you might end up in an Airbnb or at a family or friend's couch. So whether you want to build a newly built home or one that's already been established, both are great options. They each have their pros and their cons, and every family will have different circumstances driving their decisions. If you have questions and you want to know more about the options in our area here or even outside it, I know a lot of agents across the country. Let's connect today so that we can have you feel confident about making a decision about your next home. Feel free to call me, text me, or email me, however you feel most comfortable. I also know that finding new home builders can be a little challenging. If you're looking for a new home, click the link in my description below and I have a new home buyer's guide as well as a new home search. If you're thinking about existing homes, I have some awesome guides for those too, also in that description down there. My team and I, we love the East Bay. We work here, we live here, and we love it here, and we want you to love where you live too. If you liked this video, you might like this video or this video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel here. See you on the next one. Or maybe you need a multi-purpose room in which to, a multi-purpose room. Oh my gosh, what am I doing?